Y'all, it's Kadisha and I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk about the power of your gates, I think. The power of what you allow to come into your gates, whether there's your ear gates or your eye gates, and even your mouth, because we know what happens when we put the wrong foods in our mouth and what happens with our bodies. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is the ears. And what the reason why I actually want to talk about this, because I experienced it just last week or a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. But yes, it was powerful. And that just goes back to the video that I made, that nobody is above influence. And I was listening to, you know how we have the nostalgia of old songs that we listened to growing up, and we're just like, oh my goodness, I remember when I first listened to this was so cool. This, it was no cares in the world. And we just kind of reminisce, and then we kind of go on a tangent. But I was listening to that song, and it doesn't matter what the song was in particular. However, for the rest of the week and even up to today, that song has been casually coming back into my mind, and I try to refute it with something better, because not to say that it's a bad song, but it's not just a song that I need to be humming, even in church or something. I don't need to be humming that song. And it just made me realize that even though I listened to that song years ago, that it still had a lot of power when I allowed it to come back and just re-listen to it. Because the thing is, our minds don't forget. We can suffocate things out, but you cannot forget what you saw or forget what you heard. And so that's why it's just so important that we protect all of our gaze. And of course, sometimes things are going to happen where you can't actually protect your eyes, where you're like, oh my goodness, I really didn't want to see that. But when you intentionally go to something and listen to it, which was my thing, I went to it intentionally, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I just opened up a whole new door, opened up a can of